June 6, G20 está acontecendo.
People and issues which we've really seen all day. It's almost ironic that it was back at around
G20,
around noon,
20 governments,
when I was first
live in Toronto.
Forever ago that we were with the groups like the Ontario Federation of Labour and Greenpeace and talking about their labour and environment issues.
All right, we're having trouble connecting with Stephen because of the transmitter pack. He's got that all in his back, carrying on his back. But we'll get back to Stephen D'Souza in a bit. That's the situation around Queen's Park. It's tense as the officers move forward in stretches of 10, 20, 30 meters, and they went for a fair distance on that last push. Just exactly what the end game is there is unclear, but clearly they're trying to seal off the Queen's Park area so the legislative buildings are in some way protected, at least from the northern end now.
Fuck the protest!
That's probably where all those other officers were to set up a line there as well. So that's the situation at Queen's Park. We'll get back to Stephen if something changes there in the next little while. We're going to try and connect here in a moment with Susan Ormiston,
June 26th, G8,
live
in Toronto.
From this particular area. This is all fair, if you're not from Toronto, just to get a sense. Queen's Park is at kind of the northern end of downtown Toronto, almost up to Bloor Street, which is one of the main streets running east-west in downtown Toronto, and then heading south from Queen's Park legislative buildings towards downtown Toronto and Lake Ontario. It's close to that area, Lake Ontario, where the summit is taking place, the G20 Summit, with meetings tomorrow, the dinner tonight at the Royal York Hotel, which is also close in that area along Front Street. So we're just monitoring those pictures, but I want to get to Susan Ormiston. We're still working on that, so we'll keep our eye. This is from one of the roof cameras. We don't have control over this. It's from the top of one of those trucks. Every once in a while you see the various television stations. They got a truck up.
Fuck the protests.
It looks like a flagpole almost from the top of it, from one of those satellite trucks. And with a camera on top that is swinging around, offering us these pictures. So a fairly significant police presence around the Queen's Park area, and it appears, at least for now, they've moved back a number of these protesters, and they've also seemed to make a fair number of arrests. How many we're not sure, but we saw a couple of glimpses there of people on the ground who appeared to have been handcuffed. And now we'll be going through the arrest processing stage. What exactly they in particular were arrested for is unclear. As both Stephen was reporting and Bill Gillespie was reporting, it didn't appear that there was any specific act that was used to provoke, at least at this moment, unless the police perhaps feel they have information.
Fuck the government, all right? We hate the protest. Look.
All right. Is this a live shot or is this from earlier?
This is a live shot. This is a live shot.
Right. Another police car set on fire in downtown Toronto. Susan Ormiston is near there. Susan.
Yes, Peter, I'm standing on Queen Street, just about 5 blocks from the convention center. This actually was a car that had been damaged earlier in the day, and there were people that approached it about 3 or 4 minutes ago and started on a fire. So it's a police vehicle burning. There's another charred vehicle just to the south of here. The police in riot gear are quite a bit ways down the block here, blocking an intersection further along. Definitely, these are hooligans, thugs, as the mayor called them earlier today, who are now just willful damage to these cars and trying to further damage the street here.
All right, if you're joining us in different parts of the country, it's the top of the clock, as we say, 8 o'clock here in central Canada, 8 o'clock Eastern in the evening. More pictures coming out live from downtown Toronto, and people throwing things at well, as Susan Ormiston just reported, was a damaged police car from earlier in the day that's been set on fire. and some of the damage continuing here. Just who these people are, they've been described as thugs and hooligans by the Mayor of Toronto and others. There's Susan again. Can we hear Susan?
All right, Peter,
Yeah.
as you can see, there is a police vehicle smoking and in flames here on Queen Street. This is in downtown Toronto, Restaurant District, just north of the Theatre District, about 5 blocks from the Convention Centre where the summit is taking place, or will be tomorrow. This was a vehicle that was damaged earlier in the day, and about 5 minutes ago, some people approached this, started smashing the windows, jumping on the car, trying to rip it apart, and then somebody torched it. There's another vehicle that was burned earlier in the day just to the south of there. It's a pretty little tense situation here because this car could blow. The riot police in their gear are about